Yes. Shankar Warang should be joining by now.
Can you briefly describe what is the role, Patricia?
From Edgetributor, I think he's one of the one of the leads. So
Okay.
Edgetributor is they're like a DAO in India. So doing a lot of initiatives in India for Polkadot.
Okay, and they also like host events for like the Polkadot Builder Party, right?
Yes, they're actually doing more than that. Like they're doing a lot more meetups, workshops. So they're also like developer focused. Mhm. We can start when he joins. Hi, Dustin.
Hello.
So nice to meet the DevRel team.
We are honored. Big classes.
You should require that with Daniel.
I think that Daniel is the only guy like, who doesn't have the classes.
Okay, maybe we can start while Shankar is coming. Oh, yeah, he's here. Hi, Shankar.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Shankar, you're on mute.
Hey, 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 hey. Hello. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Hey, how
Okay,
you doing?
so, okay. Oh, go, Tin. I cannot hear Tin.
One
No.
minute.
Nope.
Okay, so while Tin is fixing his mic, you're on mute, Tin, so you cannot hear if you're checking.
Hello.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so
Hello.
just to
Hello. Can you hear me?
yes, yes, we can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, okay. All right. I'll do
Okay.
it.
All right, let's start. So Shankar, just to recap this agenda, well, I will get the first 7 minutes, what's left for me, and then the rest will be you, Dustin, and Teen, and then Dan will be following us. So Daniel is also another DevRel from OpenGuild. Okay, so for now, the stage is mine. Okay, all right. Um, Of course, first of all, thank you so much and welcome back to our community members here in Open Guild. Thank you for always watching and for always following us. So for tonight, our topic is about the inside the builder party. So tools, tricks, and tips for builders. And we have here our DevRel team. It's very rare to see them because they have their own world. And also we have Shankar here who's leading Edgetributor. So I mean he will introduce himself, but for my own knowledge, Shankar is leading developer focused events in India. right? You can correct me later on, but so that's what we have now, this group of guests. So first of all, of course, Open Guild is a open community driven by Web3 elevating builders on Polkadot. We are a builder-focused community. We're pushing all the initiatives that we want or that Polkadot needs. We see the needs for Polkadot builders. Like we're all solving this problem, I believe, with Edgetributor also and Open Guild. Everything supporting the developers in the ecosystem and even the starting ones. So that's Open Guild. We are doing, aside from meetups, events, we are also leading major conferences, sponsorship for Polkadot. We are also helping other teams like based in some in Asia. If they need some manpower, if they need support, then Open Guild is providing manpower support for them for all the events. But we're also providing this content. So we have an open source slides, video playlist, bootcamp, and these platforms for builders. So just to recap, our slides is again, it's open source. So we structured this based on how we think builders or starting developers would want to learn Polkadot the best way. I mean, of course, we don't say it's perfect. I mean, you can always validate, confirm the content that we have. But for us, this is how we see that you will learn Polkadot best, right? So we have the slides for I don't know, for visual presentations. We also have video playlist bootcamp for more for people who would prefer to watch it and guide and follow the guide step by step. And of course, the two new platforms that we launched not recently, maybe months ago. So we have here build.openguild.wtf. So this is a home for hackathon bounties, project ideas, tools to start, and tips and tricks on hacking, right? So later on, I think this will be discussed more with the discussions of DevRels. But we also have here learn.openguild.wtf. So this is the learning platform designed to help developers and curious minds understand the Polkadot ecosystem. So these two platforms will help you guide in the ecosystem, either for tech, non-tech, or if you just want to learn Polkadot in general. So the way we're doing this, we don't really start with, of course, we want you to know what Polkadot is, but of course, we don't directly start to what is Polkadot, right? We really want to onboard developers in a general manner and then be diving deep into building on Polkadot because that's the goal of Open Guild. Of course, we have here our link tree. Please scan, please join our Discord, follow us on X. And engage with us, chat with us if you want to learn more, especially the builder party attendees that we hosted around Southeast Asia. Please feel free to reach out. Okay, to the next section, Polkadot ecosystem updates. First up, we have hydration. Hydration has reached the liquidity landmark of $500 million in TVL. So this is $500 million. And their Holler stablecoin made it to DeFi Llama stablecoin dashboard. So this gives them a whole new exposure to broader DeFi community. So congrats, and I think this will give them also more chance or opportunities to be more exposed, right? That's such a big thing. And for Hyperbridge, so they have over $50 million in volume that passed through Hyperbridge. This is another big number for the ecosystem. And for Polkadot UX Bounty, Polkadot UI is now live. So this React library with 11 ready-to-use components to build faster, cleaner, and on-chain apps. So I put here also the landing page, polkadot-ui.com, so everyone can visit and check it out. And the topic for tonight, party, so it has reached 750 builders since October 1st. For sure, now it's more because it's the 10th of the month. Hopefully we're in the 800-ish builders, and Huge part of these are from India. So hello Shankar, just shout out to you. And just to share also some photos, because again, OpenGuild has been busy also supporting this builder party. So this page is giving you access to the photos from Korea builder party. And then here is Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur builder party. Next, this is in the Philippines. So here, sorry, here in the upper left is in Manila, in the lower left is in Cebu. This is Central Philippines. And on the right side is the Nueva Ecija. So this is the northern part of the Philippines. So we had three builder parties with also workshops just to make sure that they have some hands-on experience in building on Polkadot. Of course, in Vietnam also, so we have here Ho Chi Minh, we have here in Hue, and in Hanoi. So also three builder parties in Vietnam. And just last night, we went to Singapore for their builder party. And this is in partnership with NTU. So thank you to the Blockchain Club of NTU for hosting and supporting us with this. And just to remind everyone, we have a newsletter. This is to keep you updated for everything about Polkadot in the ecosystem or in the Polkadot itself. Everything like from tech and non-tech and events, we're updating and giving this on a monthly basis. So yeah, again, please reach us out or follow us on X or join us on Discord if you need support. We've been pushing the meetups attendees to ask questions on our Discord. Our DevRel team would be happy to assist. Anything that would help you to join the builder party or to build in Polkadot in general. So yeah, thank you so much. I will pass the stage to Tin.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Oops, wrong slide. Okay, oh, actually, it's a correct slide. Okay, yeah, let's get started. Sorry, just a small technical issues. Okay, so hello everyone, and thank you for coming back to the OpenGuild community call. And today we have a very interesting topic. It's been like I think like around more than 2 weeks since like we kickstart like the community call again, because like last week like our team was quite packed with like the token 20 to 49, and this week we're gonna talk about like Polkadot Builder Parties, cover like everything that you need to know about Polkadot Builder Parties, tools, tip, and also like track of like the Builder Party and how you like can maximize the Polkadot resources to do best in a Builder Party. Now like hello, and I'm Tin, and really happy to be here again. So I'm a developer lead at OpenGuild with more than like 4 years of blockchain engineering experience, and also I'm a serial like hackathon winners and already like won around like 5 hackathons. So definitely these workshop like this, I'm really happy to be here to share more about like how that you can win like, the hackathons. And today we also like have some special guests, like Shankar from Edgetributors, and also like Dustin is like our fellow DevRel in the OpenGuild, and we're gonna have we're gonna ask them some questions, and also like they're gonna have something to share with like the audience as well, but in the later sections. Now, introduce a bit about like OpenGuild. I think like Pat already like cover quite well like what like the purpose of the OpenGuild. OpenGuild is a community for like all the Web2 builders who interested on like building on Polkadot, and OpenGuild have like open source project resources and also like a process to help like builders to maximize like the input in like Polkadot ecosystem and return like the specific output like the project and also like a startup. And this hackathon is also like an example that like where OpenGuild involved in to help you to build on Polkadot. Now we're talking about like the Polkadot Builder Parties, where like you build the resilient apps with like Polkadot Cloud. The Builder Parties has like the total price of like 40,000 across all the jack, and like the price is distributed across like all check. We're gonna visit like the check later, but as you can see right here, there's gonna be like 3 winners for like the first place of like all the teams. Second place winners of like all the teams are gonna receive the 2,000s, and third place for the all the teams gonna receive like 1,000s. And there's also like and if you like don't not like the winners of like the main teams, don't worry, because you also like receive like, for example, like $500 for like 15 winners of like the certified Polkadot tinkerers. Also like community meetup prize and community vote prize. So there's a lot of activities around the Polkadot Builder Party, not only like focusing on like main winners, main teams, but also like some sub teams as well. Now talking about like some like the main themes here. So like we have a user-centric app. Oh, sorry. Yeah, user-centric app is like the first theme where you're gonna like leverage the Polkadot resilient technology stack to build a useful app that can like change the world. And we're gonna also like gonna go through like some ideas, some tips that like you can build in like this theme one. The theme number 2 is gonna create a blockchain, very simple, using like the Polkadot SDK and also like toolings in the Polkadot SDK ecosystem to build like the blockchain that can maximize the power of Polkadot. So like Polkadot 2.0 just recently launched, and now it's the right chance for you to build a blockchain and experiment with those features. The team 3 gonna be like Polkadot Tinkerers, where like this like there's a lot of room for like creativity, and we don't want like to fit like builders into like one single teams. So like this team 3 is where like you can be creative, mixing each
Trong cái
tool, mixing technology together, and then uh, you know, I don't know, like just be contrarians and be like creative in these teams. Now like in the Polkadot ecosystem, there's more than like 600 teams in 600 project applications already built. And now it's your turn to build more application here. So you can see like in the Polkadot ecosystem, there's a project across like wallet, DAO, DeFi, SocialFi, and also like depend from like infrastructure, like identity, gaming, AI as well. So there's a lot of toolings and also the technology that you can apply to your project. And one of the tips for the check one would be the focus on the real pain point. So like the check one going to be like user-centric apps, and now you don't want to just focus on technology, but like build something like top down, focus on like user pain point. The second one would be like use existing parachain and the API. What does that mean? So when you in the API, so like Polkadot has a page where like it's include all the client libraries where you can use on the client side, and we have like some common like client libraries here. For example, like DDOT, Polkadot API, Polkadot JS API, or like if you build in Dart like mobile apps, you have like Polkadot, or like in Python you have like Python substrate interface, or also like in Rust you have like sub transaction sub XT, yeah, that you can build. So there's a API library that you can apply. And the other things is about like parachain. So what does that mean, like parachain? Let me bring this somewhere. Okay. So I'm really bullish on like these parachain solution. First is like Hyperreach, and the second one is Hyrations. Hyperreach is like the interop layers of like on top of Polkadot infrastructure that allow like project to cross-chain communicate, cross-chain sendings informations with other parachains. You have like XCM, but with like Hyperreach you can also like send to like other L2s like Polygon, Base, Optimisms, Arbitrums, and so Hypergrid is an interesting solution. So like if you build something cross-gen, for example, like cross-gen payment, cross-gen transfer, so you can use like Hyperreach. So that's the point of like make use of like the price change, because you don't want like to just build a solution from scratch and don't use any wheel here. So you already have some existing solution. For example, Hyperreach that build for Polkadot builders and also like for L2 Ethereum builders as well, and where that you can use their API, use their libraries to build a solution on top. And let's take an example. So in like around like 2049 last week, when I judge like a few projects in the 2024 design hackathons, there's also a project called, like built on Hyperbridge where they build the X402 solutions of like Polkadot. And just for your context, so X402 is a protocol in base where like you can it's allow like micro payment transactions is happen on chain directly, and it's quite interesting where like they build like an X402 version of Polkadot using the Hyperbridge. And that's very like innovative solutions. There's also a few other teams, for example, like WAM Labs, they build like the payment apps where they focus on like microtransactions. And they build the mobile apps that allow you to do that, to transfer the microtransactions on like the mobile apps. Or like there's also a team called like WinCoins where they build like the prediction market in around like just one day. The interesting is like all the project here they build the solution in only the one day, and that's what make like this is quite impressive, because like they build very fast but like still provide something like valuable. Yeah, that's why like you should use existing solution to build your solution. The another way is like abstract away the blockchain complexity. So like the user-centric apps, as a user, you want to focus on like user-first approach, even like in the design and also in the solution. So in that way, like your solution should focus on the user. And as a user, you don't want like, the user to understand about like what the blockchain, right? And also like even like Polkadot is harder than that because it's a cross-chain. It's like a multi-chain network where like you have a lot of complexities in the Polkadot, and that's why like the first solution, the first jack, you should abstract away the blockchain complexity, take advantages of the Polkadot cross-chain messaging. Yeah, as I say, like if you do like cross-chain transfer, Hyperbridge, HCM, you can also like apply those in your solution as well. Okay. Now, about object two, object two is like to build a blockchain, and based on my experience as like build a blockchain before, where like you should first, as a hackathon, you only have a limited time to develop a blockchain with Polkadot SDK. So first one is like you should start with the template, and if you go to like this site tutorial Polkadot SDK per change 0 to hero, you can like see like the guide to set up a template where like you can use like Polkadot SDK to set up quite fast. Like you have like a few template here. For example, like this Polkadot SDK per gen template, where like you already have a working like per gen template, you just clone it, run, and you have a running node. And you can also like visit to the site to interact with like, the gen as well. And the another thing is like about the Omni node. So instead of like maintaining your own node, you can also like use the Polkadot Omni node binary, and then like, it's gonna be compatible with the runtime. So in that way, you only need to focus on the runtime. Yeah, focus on the runtime development is the second tip. So what does that mean is like the runtime is where all the business logic sit there. So like just focus on developing the application logic instead of like focusing on like how to run the node, how to maintain the node. Just focus on like develop the runtime logic, and then like think about like yeah, here I also have like palette first, then runtime, and then join up. Palettes is like the small modules in the runtime where you have like all the logic sit there. So you develop the palette and then like go to like the runtime to configure, and then like now you focus on the join up. Join up means like how to deploy, how to run the node, how to set up the node that can communicate with each other. But as a hackathon project, you don't want like to focus too much on it, but like focus more on the application logic. And if you're if you're interested about the channel, and so I have videos in the Polkadot 2.0 about like deploy PyChain with PubCUI. And now like what's the Polkadot 2.0 development course? So the Polkadot 2.0 development course, let me see. Yeah. The Polkadot 2.0 development course is like the support in our bootcamp of the OpenGuild, where like we guide like the builders, developers to build on Polkadot 2.0 and also the Polkadot Hub. And like the Polkadot 2.0 is covered from like beginners topic, like introduction to blockchain, how to run a blockchain with a Polkadot SDK, some like base layer topic. And then like, you're gonna like cover intermediate and also some advanced topic like elastic scaling, asynchronous backing, deploy parachain with PubCUI. These topics are in like the Polkadot 2.0. And there's also like ECM here, where like you can, if you want to learn build like a ECM solution, you can like revisit these videos and then build them. And yeah, I learned from existing solution. Don't worry about like build something that already exists in the market, because like building a chain is not easy. You have like to identify the market demand for it before you build solutions. So like just see like the change that has like the market that have the market demand. For example, like hyper EVM, hyper liquid. So if you can build like hyper liquid in Polkadot, that's very impressive, because now like Polkadot has another change that can compete with like hyper liquid in other ecosystem. And the last point would be like maximize the power of Polkadot protocol. So understand about the Polkadot protocol first. For example, like as the feature that I mentioned, like elastic scaling, asynchronous backing, multi-core infrastructure. So like maximize those to build some solution like that. For example, Hyperliquid, as I mentioned, it's very, you need like a high performance blockchain to do all type trading prediction market on the change. This one should be trajectory. Yeah, and the last trajectory, very simple, like be creative, test the extreme idea, be contrarian, explore like niche tooling, mix and match the library. Just do anything that you want with like the Polkadot ecosystem. And I also like have like Dustin here to he built like an application in around like 2-3 days, but it's working. And you might question like how he can do that. So tip for all the track. So using like vibe coding, because like vibe coding is, to be honest, like vibe coding is in our daily development process already, and I think that there's a lot of developer out there, especially like some developers in Polkadot ecosystem. They still stick with like the traditional coding approach, where they don't want to touch like vibe coding tools like cursors or like I don't know, like low code. And to be honest, like it's not really right. You just limit yourself, because there's a lot of tool built out there to help you to enhance your development process, but you don't want to use that. So yeah, remember to use those tools like cursor. And yeah, and now I'm gonna yeah, last slide would be event. So like if you go to the Loomer, there's also a list of event for like Polkadot Builder Party as well. Now go back to the vibe codings. I also like want to invite Dustin on stage to share a bit about like his experimentations with like a site that he just coded or for like 3 days, and it's working. And now we currently like using that to distribute like the content for like DevRel in OpenGuild. Yeah. Hello, Dustin.
Hello. Thank you, Tim. Okay. Let me share my screen. May I share my screen, Tim?
Yeah, for sure. Let me stop sharing.
Okay. As you know that we are able to deploy Solidity smart contract on the setup. Recently, you know that Kusama setup have a support OpenKVM virtual machine that we are able to deploy and interact Solidity smart contract like any kind of EVM compatible chain. But because I'm the DevRel, I have sometimes support to the technical queries, and some newcomer developers or the EVM developers have a one problem when they trying to deploy Solidity smart contract on the setup, is that they don't have the balance. Basically, in the Polkadot ecosystem, we call the native balance like the Kusama Polkadot, but on the BonKVM version, we need the kind of the Thai BonKVM balance to deploy the smart contract. And this is the test suite, this is the development suite that I come up with. We are able to bridge or convert the native balance from the subtrace by chain to the BonKVM type chains. This is quite simple. Basically, just connect the wallet, and this this dev tool that I work several days. I'm using the vibe coding and have some knowledge in the Polkadot ecosystem that fix the bug familiar with the blockchain integration, like the connect wallet or the interact with palette runtime to map substrate-based account to BondKVM account and deposit the tokens from the substrate-based chain to the BondKVM base chains. Let's see. Basically, I have a this pack setup the to 0.5 tokens on the BondKVMs. This is the Ethereum RPC adapter for the BondKVM, and I connect the wallet with the sub wallet. So I choose this is the, for example, this is the native tokens, and I want to convert to the BondKVM type of token. It is the map one between the native and BondKVM tokens, and I just copy paste the BondKVM type of address. It actually EVM address. So you can see that current balance is a 0.5. So I just the bridge. In the dev tool, we have a two functionality need to trigger from the user. One is the map account and the one the bridge account. Bridge count. Just approve the two functions. Give some seconds, basically based on the finality block target times in the act setup is about 12 seconds.
Okay, Dustin. I think it's gonna take a while. But I think overall we already get the ideas of like the applications. I would like to ask you a few questions, like how long does it take you to develop this page?
3 days. Basically, I reference some bridge application in the existing ecosystem, and I use the cursor to copy some format, some layouts in other existing tab. So then because I have a knowledge about the Polkadot ecosystem, so I know which correct tools and which correct functions I need to code. If you are the new developers in the Polkadot ecosystem, you need to take the time to learn some tools like the Polkadot GH API or the Polkadot API to interact with the blockchain. And the second, that you need a big knowledge about the BondKVM, how BondKVM work on the Access Hub. Yeah. So now you can check the transaction successfully. So the balance have an update, and you use this kind of BondKVM type token to deploy Solidity smart contract. It will be the same with the Kusama Access Hub. I have a test, but this is the workable. It's not unstable right now because I'm using my vibe coding to make a workable job. Take a bit of time to maintain and refactor a lot of things to be more maintainable and stable.
Okay. Okay, yeah, thank you. And I think that's a really great lady more on like how you can build something so fast with like vibe codings and also like Polkadot in around like 3 days, and you have like working, transfer UI. That's functional as well. And yeah, that's great. Yeah, thank you. We also like have Daniel here. So Daniel, it's great to have you here. So like Daniel is like for a short introductions. Daniel is like the pioneer like DevRel from our teams, and I also like want to include like Daniel in like today community call because like Daniel has a lot of experience as a DevRel and also like in all the ecosystem. not like specifically to Polkadot. To be honest, like when I joined Polkadot, it is my like, very first like DevRel role, so like I have a lot of bias. So like Daniel, like from your experience as like around the first few months with the Polkadot, how do you feel about like this Polkadot Builder Party?
The Polkadot Builder Party is. I hope I can be heard. My mic is coming. My sound is coming on, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
already
fantastic.
happened. And
Yeah,
that
good.
is gonna
Yeah.
be like the main hackathons that we're focusing on right now.
Yes, the Road to Sub-Zero, basically the Polkadot Builder Parties this year that I have either hosted or participated in, they are mainly to gear towards Road to Sub-Zero and also the global Builder Party that is being held for Polkadot projects across the world. And right now the statistics are there's over 1,000 projects that have been submitted with 38 days left on the clock to submit. So it's quite an exciting time. We are still trying to get more and more submissions for this. And like Tin explained earlier in the call, there are 3 exciting tracks that you can join with. So, when we go and talk to people about joining this hackathon, some people think, oh, I need to build a lot of smart contracts, or no, I don't have the experience to build a chain. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you come from in experience. It's good that there is a track for everyone in the Polkadot Builder Party. That's kind of how I feel. It's a very well organized hackathon. And even the prizes that are given specifically to people who go for meetups, there are community prizes for people who mint their .memo. For those of you who don't know, .memo is basically the Polkadot equivalent of the POAP, or Proof of Attendance Protocol NFTs that were once distributed on Ethereum. Now they're distributed on Gnosis Chain. So yes, Polkadot has an equivalent to it called .memo. You should go and check it out as well. It's being used to actually award special prizes to those who form their hackathon teams because they met at a certain meetup. Part of the Global Builder Party and the Road to Sub-Zero.
Yeah, that's right. You also like had a chance to like present in some of the workshop, as I remember, to prepare for like the Polkadot to Polkadot 2.0, also like the Polkadot Builder Party. So how's like the reactions of like the audience when they join the workshop?
So when I present at these workshops, I'm trying to convey the same excitement as for the kind of excitement I felt when I joined OpenGuild, because this is when I learned that Polkadot is embracing EVM. It is Polkadot 2.0 has a lot of exciting updates. So a lot of people who join these meetups, a lot of them haven't heard much news from Polkadot in a while, and that's partly because the whole of Web3 is currently very much taken up by EVM rollups, Ethereum rollups. You hear a lot from these kinds of projects, but very little from non-EVM L1s. And now, Polkadot is coming back into the spotlight. So some of them have realized, oh, I've missed out on a lot of news with Polkadot. And, I'm trying to convey this kind of excitement that I felt. Sometimes it gets through, sometimes it's a little hard because it's trying to convince someone who's coming from a different ecosystem. But that's actually the magic of Polkadot 2.0, being where your parachains can choose your own runtimes. I think there's a lot of potential in that, and we're currently on this. They say it's the road to Sub-Zero. We're also on the road to realizing this kind of functionality on Polkadot. I think these meetups play a very big role in that, big role in getting people to understand that yes, Polkadot is evolving, and I think we're all of us are trying our best to get this information out there that Polkadot's evolution is something that's going to be very big. It's going to be something that is I'm totally bullish on Polkadot's evolution, Polkadot 2.0, and people like Dustin doing great work with building these kind of apps that help to ease this transition into a world where Polkadot 2.0 runs and also is able to catalyze Web3 in the Polkadot ecosystem.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, thank you for all the kind word to the ecosystem. And due to like the time limit, I also like want to give the spotlight back to Shankar. But yeah, thank you for like joining the committee call to share a bit of like the experience, also your thought about like the builder party, Daniel, and hope like we're gonna like see you soon in like upcoming committee call. But definitely because you're also like in OpenGuild.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, thanks for having me. All right, back to you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Hello, Shankar. Yeah, thanks for waiting.
Hey, hello.
Yeah. Do you want to share a bit about like Edgetributors and like what like Edgetributor is currently doing to support like the Polkadot Builder Party?
Yeah, sure. So Edgetributor SubDAO is a collective of 6 contributors, which we formed through chain, one of the oldest chain called Ageware. So we were actually contributing to Ageware, and then we realized, okay, there are a lot of efforts that we are doing which could benefit the whole Polkadot ecosystem rather than just benefiting the Ageware. So then from there, we thought about forming this collective, started contributing to Polkadot ecosystem rather than just Edgeware, almost 1.5 years back. And here we are, like majorly, our contributions are in 3 domains. So at the core, we are builders. We build different toolings, maintain different toolings, maintain a chain. Then second is basically as a curator. So we work with different individuals, also businesses, entities, to bring them to Polkadot ecosystem. So we work with Paul Miller, Rarible, bring different entities, individuals to the Polkadot ecosystem, very well known, and few are very not well known. So for everyone, we basically create a curation path. This curation is completely different than the bounty curators. Our curation basically involves basically forming, drafting a proposal, finding the solution which they can offer to the Polkadot if there is a solution. So often we also deny some of the requests because it doesn't make sense for them to onboard to the Polkadot ecosystem. But yeah, like we work with the best recent example would be the Paul Miller, which basically brought us the SR25519 package in native TypeScript. So we worked with him, onboarded him to the Polkadot ecosystem, and helped with all the operations side. And this small change or this small package is having an impact of like yearly $2 million plus or even more. And that's just a one impact that we are doing. And the last thing is educator. So on the educator side, we actually started from Polkadot India workshop series. Then we represented Polkadot in prominent hackathon, the biggest hackathon in the world, that's ETH India. And then we hosted our own hackathon called Asset Hub Hackathon, along with Montauk Labs. By the way, Montauk Labs is another entity, and we are collaborating with Montauk Labs to basically co-host this 11 meetups across the India, Road to Sub-Zero meetups, and also the 2 hacker houses that we are planning, which will happen in Mumbai and Bangalore.
Right. So if I understand, like you guys more on like the governance side, like right?
Not really governance side. Yeah. You wanted to ask something as a follow-up?
No. Can you continue?
Yeah. So on the governance side, the curation part comes into the picture. But on the builder side and education side are completely irrelevant of the governance. So we work with Events Bounty, Meetup Bounty to host different initiatives, educational initiatives. And for development, we have like currently active development with Fast Grant, looking to have some development with open source bounty as well pretty soon.
I see. So I see like you have like a lot of relationship, like different kinds of like bounty programs and different entities in the ecosystem. So with that deep of experience in like the ecosystem exposure, what's your point of view on like what the Polkadot ecosystem is currently looking for? Like what kind of project, what kind of, because we have like, if we put the context of Polkadot Builder Party here, we have a 3-man tracks, 2-man teams, but like, it's really right. Like if we have, some insight from people in the ecosystem like you. So like what's your point of view on like what the builder can build, what to make the dot utilities better, to make like the Polkadot ecosystem grow better.
So I guess Polkadot is currently looking for something which is more on the utility side. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, we can still see you.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
You come back.
Okay.
You come back. Yeah.
So Polkadot is looking something more on the utility side, where there is less of gamification and more of utility. So for example, in T5 domain, there is like a scope for a lot of derivative platforms, which could actually add some utility to Dot. Apart from that, there is like a huge potential from the point of view of future proofing, right? So if developers chooses to deploy on the Polka VM, like the previous discussion, which will basically provide developers a platform which will have seamless migration. So for developers, they don't need to upgrade their contract necessarily, but they can still inherit the performances that Polka VM will offer, as we see the evolution of Asset Hub to Hub and later to Plaza once the GEM launches. So keeping that in mind, developing something in any domain is what I would advocate for, because what you can develop is a very generic question, and it can be same for like any of the ecosystem. So from Polkadot point of view, obviously Polkadot's biggest strength so far is the heterogeneous architecture that all the parachains offer, right? So building something inheriting, let's say, the text functionality from hydration, some derivation functionality from unique, some not derivation, NFT functionality from unique, and combining that into your product while deploying it on Asset Hub testnet, let's say passive Asset Hub, which will offer you future compatibility. That's something would become a really unique proposition.
I see, I see. And also, like, how about like on the DeFi landscape? I think like there's like a very interesting program right now, like the Velocity from like Velocity Labs. What do you think about it? And like, what kind of like project that like builders can build? As mentioned before, for example, like they can build like hyperliquid blockchain on Polkadot. But like, what's your point of view, like some of the ideas that you have in mind?
Oh yeah. So I would give you one example. So one of my colleagues actually built this project in ETH Global Delhi. So what they did is basically they created derivation on a derivation. So they created a platform where they can basically, once you are using the futures, right? You have this uh, what's it called, the fee that you need to pay. So that fee is sometimes positive, negative, depending upon the platform, and depending upon whether you are longing or shorting. So what they did is basically created a solution where they can bet against that fee. So whether it's going positive, whether it's going negative, increasing, decreasing, and that something can be utilized as an insurance. Now that's like a secondary outcome. Obviously their main product is like creating this betting against the hedging rate, but the outcome of their product is an insurance for someone who is extensively using futures. So someone who is extensively using futures, they would want their position to not lose value over the time because of this hedging fee. And that this product that they develop can be utilized as an insurance against it. So obviously they will lose the value, but effectively they will be at the equilibrium, because through this protocol they will earn more than what they lose. So this is some kind of solution which had some innovation and caught my eye. Similarly, in DeFi landscape, there are a lot of problems, especially from a trader point of view. I'm not really a trader. So maybe discussing this with someone who is facing issues, like actual traders, or someone who is actually into development, someone from non-technical point of view, discussing the pain points of DeFi domain or any domain first, and then building a solution for that specific domain is a way to go.
I see, I see. Yeah, that's really interesting. Um, Also, like, aside from that, last question, like if like the builders, after the hackathons, they build the applications, are there anything that like they can reach out to your teams, also like, reach out to you to keep the building on Polkadot?
Yeah, for sure. So we have this Polkadot Students Collective, now known as Polkadot India, but anyone is free to join. We have like a lot of PBA, ex-PBA grads. So they will happily help throughout. Again, this is just a platform, right? Anyone can go through OpenGuild as well. Platform doesn't really matter. It's all about finding the solution. So we will be there in OpenGuild socials as well. If anyone wants to reach out to us specifically, get the mentoring, we are happy to provide the solution. Also, I would like to highlight that when we were doing the mentoring, for the Asset Hub hackathon. At that time, everyone were at different stages, right? So one solution doesn't fit everyone, and that's keeping that in mind. A lot of people actually are very hesitant because they are just starting with their hackathon project, and that's something I would recommend to avoid. So irrespective of what stage you are in, even if you are starting just now, it's not too late. Just reach out to anyone. I guess they will help you out. And yeah, we are also there to help on any front.
Cool, that's really cool. So yeah, if you have like, any resources, any materials, just feel free to send us. So we're gonna send to like the OpenGuild community. They can, for example, like the student collective sound quite interesting to me. I'm gonna research about that after the call.
Yeah.
But
One last thing I would like to highlight is most of the people actually don't know that Road to Sub-Zero series meetups, right? That everyone is hosting now across worldwide for this Builder Party hackathon is probably inspired from Asset Hub hackathon, which we hosted in June. Because that's where we actually, for the first time, came up with Road to Asset Hub hackathon meetup series. And we worked with Meetups Bounty for this. They supported it, and this was executed along with alongside the 5 different cities. Kudos to Polkadot, Delhi, Lucknow, DAO, and Agents Clan. And on the marketing front as well, we did 12 community partnerships with hyper-local Web3 communities across India. And glad to see that that strategy as well is being followed for the Sub-Zero and Builder Party hackathon right now. And we are happy to connect all those communities with OpenGuild and Web3 Foundation. So we can do this on that scale again. So and now again, I would like to highlight is coming back to Road to Sub-Zero, we hosted 5 meetups so far, starting with Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, Pune. And today I am actually at MIT, and we hosted this meetup right now. I am in MIT. Here we have the my colleagues, Abhiraj over there. Hey, Abhiraj. Then we have Gagan and Prashant. So we just hosted the meetup. It's not a common meetup, like usual meetup, because this time we had 3 slots available, 3 speakers across 3 days. So we converted Road to Sub-Zero into mini meetups of 3 meetups, 3 mini meetups. And we had the second session today, one more to go tomorrow. And yeah, this is part of the Tech Tattva Fest in MIT. If we have time, I will quickly show you the fest, maybe later on, if there is time.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, and as we come close to the end of the community call, I have a lot of questions that I would love to ask. But yes, we come close to the community call again. Really happy to have you here, and that's so great to see all the Polkadot communities unite together, and we all have in the community call and sharing about Polkadot Builder Party, and we're definitely gonna have more sessions like this, just related to the Polkadot Builder Party in the upcoming weeks, because that's gonna be the main topics. And again, thank you, Sankar, for joining our community call, and yeah, thank you a lot. Appreciate your time. And yeah, so that's also the end of the community call. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the OpenGuild teams, and also the center. Yeah, see you in the upcoming call.
Thanks, everyone. Take care. Have a good week ahead.
You too, guys.
Yeah, thank
See
you.
you.